Okay, Magnus, congratulations on your first round win against Nakamura. Uh, can you tell us something briefly about the game, some critical moments, what do you think was important in this game?
Well, he played the Queen's Gambit, declined, as everyone seems to do these days. And, well, he had a new idea, or at least it was new to me, Bishop
G4, yeah.
Bishop G4.
Yeah, for that position.
Yes. We're talking about this position now,
Yeah.
Bishop G4, Bishop C8 G4.
And it makes a lot of sense, because if he gets his bishop to G6, and I have nothing, so I figured that the only way to play for an advantage was to just take a castle. And I think it's important to take on G6, because I need to have that target at some point.
To push the H pawn.
Yes, yes. Or to push E5, E6, and then... so castle queenside I think is critical. Yeah, knight f6, f3, knight d7.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, f3 is a new move, so
okay.
White played here with knight f3 some games.
Yeah, but I think f3 is much more logical. Unfortunately, I couldn't play e4 immediately here.
Because of b4 or because of what?
No, here instead of knight e2.
Ah, is that okay?
Because I would rather like to, to have the e4, fe4 and then put the knight on f3. But here I think knight h5 is a little bit annoying.
Okay, so the idea was here to develop the knight on f3, okay. But knight h5 here now?
Yeah, or on the last move probably. Also.
Or immediately?
Yes.
And then bishop g5 or what?
Knight, and then knight g3 something.
Ah, okay, so...
So I need to play knight e2 and then it's not so much fun.
Okay, so this is...
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why knight g2 now.
Yeah. And here he thought for a really long time, which is understandable because it's not so easy to find any active play for black.
So basically you think that black's position might be unpleasant here?
I don't know, it might be playable, but I think for now white is having all the fun. So I think what happened was more or less logical here.
Yeah, okay, you can show yourself.
He needs to take on e4 to have some kind of target.
Otherwise you just push it front.
Yes. And yeah, I was really unsure about these lines with e5 here. And knight d5, e6. I thought he might take on e6. Maybe it's insane. Yes, and then king f7.
Excuse me for a second, I will close this because for the video it's not good now to have this.
No. And king f7, and yeah, if I take, then he plays rook d8, I think. Black has a really good play, so it was important not to rush this point.
But I think you were happy with castle shot when he did castle shot. At least now you can.
Yeah, but again, what else is he supposed to do? He might try knight b6. Then I think queen c6, king f8 might not be so clear. But I simply play knight c5 and then I don't see a follow-up for him. Okay, so castle h4. I thought that was a nice move. Again, I should not be tempted by playing e5 and taking on c6 or something like this. Rook e8 was a really cheeky move, but I couldn't refute it.
But okay, what you did quite
yeah, but again, I was looking at all kinds of e6 here. And then I think g takes f4 probably. f7, king f7, queen g6, bishop f6 on the move. I couldn't find a match.
h7, king e7.
h7, king e7,
yeah.
and also this, and I just couldn't see a mate. And additionally, maybe it's also playable to play like this. h6, now maybe knight f4. No, I think queen f5 maybe. Oh no, then I have h7. with this. Knight c5, because I need to prevent queen f5. And now I think if in case of knight c5, queen d6, white is just mating. Or maybe
Queen c7.
queen c7, king. Maybe I'm not mating. Because I was looking at some other lines where queen c7 is not. Okay, anyway, I don't know. Anyway, this.
Okay, you're winning the rook h8, queen d7, rook takes d8, king goes to d6, then you take on c5.
What do you mean here?
Yeah, I mean
This line?
Yes.
Rook h8 takes. Rook h7, king d8.
Oh. No, I was thinking
Queen g7. Queen g7.
And then you take on
yeah. And if king d6, I have.
No, you take on c5 then. You take c5.
And
King takes.
king takes. But I play queen e5 instead, and then rook h7.
Yeah, okay.
And wins.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Just to show that line.
Yeah. King d7.
No, if king d6.
Queen e5 c6 then.
Yeah, that should win. But anyway,
Okay,
I couldn't refute this one. And also, it's possible to take on d7. And but this just didn't feel clear at all. Knight e3. My pieces are a little bit strange.
Yeah, this is. You could get the same position after h6.
Yes, after h6, I could get this also, yes.
It's interesting that in computer world this is large advantage for white.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
It's
But it's a very difficult
yeah, it's
position.
very difficult, yeah. So you didn't know how to
Yeah.
evaluate it. Yeah.
And bishop c1, I was also considering. Yeah, I was considering bishop d2, of course. But okay, there were also minuses with this one. But in some lines, I would really like to have the d file opened. And okay, now knight 7 to b6 might be bad because now there's no b3 trick. But I was wondering about this one. And now e6, queen a4. This I couldn't refute somehow. b3, and knight a6. And also, if I take on a4 and d7, it's probably nothing. Okay, black is temporarily uncoordinated, but I cannot see how to make use of that. And so I would probably have to play something like this. And knight c1. No, queen d5, and black is more or less solid. Although white is probably still better.
But what if he plays after bishop c1, knight 5 and b6? What is the difference? After in the game you play bishop c1, if he goes here, knight 5 b6? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it just the d-file?
it's better to have the d file opened at least. Because now I have some options like this. Queen c5, play queen e4 maybe, and then e6 is an issue. But again, this was also not clear, so I was very surprised when he played this. Because I thought I must be much better here. He has some kind of counter chances, but in every line it looks like I'm either protecting it with knight b3 or just mating him on the other side. So rook e5. Rook e2 is a move I didn't like at all for black because, well, it looks active, but the rook is hanging. Yeah, and it's hanging in many lines. So at first I thought this was the best. Bishop g5 is, and then f6 fails the bishop takes f6. But maybe here he can play rook e6, and I guess my knight rather than bishop should be on g5.
Okay, so e2 is a clear mistake.
I think this is a mistaken. Now I think queen d3 is really precise because I'm both hitting the rook and also g6 in some lines. The most obvious is to play queen f3, but then rook f8 and now with rook f1 he can play f6.
Mhm.
So queen d3. Now I don't see a defense for him.
And,
Yeah. So f5 I think is forced. Okay, rook f7 is a big threat, and if he plays f6, then I think rook e1 is the most precise, because queen takes g6, then at least there's nothing decisive yet. Although rook e1 might be possible even here, but rook e1 and then takes.
yeah, it's
You
not
cannot
precise.
prevent this anyway. And if knight f4, then takes, queen takes, h7, king h8, and knight f7. So, okay, f5 is a really ugly move, of course, because now I retain all of the advantages of my position, and additionally has to watch out for queen d4 at some point. Yeah, queen d4.
Okay, if you take on 5, then might be 2.
No, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe queen e5. Looks like maybe queen b3 is okay here. But basically, I just thought that I could take on a4 here. Rook, no. Knight c3 takes rook b8, queen b3, or also queen b4 for that matter, and then queen d5 is what I missed. Both protecting this square and attacking here.
And bishop b2 now, then takes b2.
And bishop, and then I'm already not better probably. But I wasn't so unhappy anyway. I thought with the exchange of queens I should be winning. So rook e7 I guess is a blunder because he allows.
Okay, but he was short of.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
short of time, and anyway the position is very difficult. So.
Yeah.
Let's say rook e6. Then I can just play this anyway. Probably. And maybe that's not so clear. Maybe this is more precise.
Rook f6.
Rook f6 and then rook g1.
I think we also bishop g5. Right?
Yes, and then bishop g5 next. I think it should be good enough. Okay, anyway, now I have this trick. Of course, king h8 fails to knight h4. So this, of course, he cannot take. And here, yeah, there's no defense against
Knight h4.
knight h4. So okay, here he had about 2 seconds left, and he just resigned. Both rook g7 and hg7 are easily winning, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, okay, nice game.
Well, thank you. I thought it was good to play a decent game. Now, since I haven't played for a few months, so.
Okay, looks like very convincing win.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make some very obvious mistakes, and
No,
so
but
he was in a pleasant
yeah,
position.
but again, I think he fought pretty well, at least to some point. Well, the position was actually very complicated, so Okay, it's also nice to show people that the Queen's Gambit can actually be fun sometimes, rather than
Yeah, if you castle long, then
yes. If you castle
yeah.
queenside, then you don't have to agree to a draw in 15 moves. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.